Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know that there aren't a lot of you here, but I'm hoping that will change with time. I know that it's been quite some time since I actually recorded anything, so I think that I'm going to record this for like a late Halloween type of deal. So today I have got some scary break-in stories. It was made on Ranker? Yeah, on Ranker by Leah Rose Emery. She just took some people's stories about their scariest experiences with home invasions. So sit back, relax, and I hope that you guys enjoy. Story 1. Brownies save the day. My mom had recently been making a lot of brownies. On this day, she made a particular batch that was greater than any of the brownies she had made before. We ate a few, but for some reason, didn't finish them, and we left them out on the kitchen stove. My mom, my sister, and I all went to sleep later that night while my dad was out at a meeting. My mom, knowing my dad would be home in just a few minutes, didn't think she needed to lock the doors before we went to sleep. Now, we're all asleep, and my dad pulls into the driveway. The first thing he notices is that our garage is open and his bike is standing outside. Then he turns and looks into the house. Standing in our kitchen is a man. My dad doesn't realize what's going on. At first he assumes that one of his friends had come over, wanted to borrow his bike, but was waiting for him to come home so he could ask him. Then the man inside our house sprints out the back door. My dad starts to chase him, but stops. He knows we're inside, and he wants to make sure that we're okay. So now, we're all gathered downstairs, and we notice something. The intruder walked into our house, and the first thing he would have seen is the kitchen table. On the kitchen table were 3 wallets, all untouched. Then we look over and see the plate of brownies, completely destroyed. The man who had broken into our home skipped over our valuables and went straight for the brownies. At the time, I was more disappointed by the fact that we didn't get to finish them than scared that we had kind of been robbed. Obviously, my mom and dad were pretty freaked out, and they bought an alarm system for the house. And my dad didn't sleep for a few days, but other than that, the only thing we lost were some brownies. Story number 2. My grandpa's watch is gone. I was away on vacation with my family. I returned to my apartment and the door was open. It was like in a movie when the main character goes to open the door and realizes it's already open. My first thought is, please let this mean that I forgot to lock my door. I turn on the light and I start cursing because I immediately see that all of my movies and video games have been stolen. Now, this doesn't sound like much, but I had a pretty extensive collection, valued at about $5,000. It hurt when I came to this realization because I had never placed a monetary value on my collection. I called the police and there was not much they could do. The thief, or thieves, even stole my pocket change and my deceased grandfather's watch. The most bizarre thing about it was the fact that they left many of my valuable items. They left electronics, memorabilia, and art, but all they took were items they could easily pawn off. A week later, I actually found one of my old games at GameStop. The receipt with my name on it was still in the case. The experience had a profound impact on me. I sold my Xbox and haven't played video games since. I just can't justify the money anymore. In the next few months after the incident, I never left valuable items in my apartment. I always carried around my laptop, hard drives, and anything that had value to me. I already had a safe before the incident. Another item with priceless items that they left, and felt comfortable leaving that at home. I stopped sleeping in my apartment when the semester started up. This happened during the summer. I spent most of my time at my girlfriend's and actually left many of my valuables at her apartment. What struck me the most is how important it is to feel safe in your own home. and how quickly I lost that feeling. My apartment was scary and I felt stripped of my privacy. It took a while to recover, and moving away from the apartment definitely helped. It is something that I don't think I'll fully recover from. It changed the way I value my possessions, and I am more paranoid about doors, windows, locks, and things that I just used to take for granted. The third story. Still triple checking. This one's a short one. When I was a little kid, our house was broken into. We didn't catch anyone in the act, and I don't remember what all was missing. I do remember maybe a couple of weeks later, my folks were moving my brother's dresser, and behind it they found his plastic piggy bank slashed open. All of his coins stolen. My mom lost it. After that, everything was locked up, and even now, 30 years later, I double and triple check that doors and windows are all secure before leaving the house and repeatedly question myself when I go out of town. Story 4. Feeling violated. It happened when I was around 10 or so. At the time, my dad's job was pretty far away, so he would stay at his father's house during the week and only come home on the weekends. So it was just my mom, brother, and me. We were getting home around 4 p.m. that day. She had a substitute teacher at one of the schools bringing us home. Now, we lived out in the middle of nowhere, and crime wasn't something we ever thought about. So, my parents never locked the doors to the house. This made breaking in quite easy for the burglar. When we arrived home that day, the house was a mess, and many things of value, TV, VCR, etc., had been taken. My mom also used a metal cash box as a box to store all of her coupons, and apparently they thought it actually had cash and had pried it open, which is weird because she didn't even lock it. The cops took forever to get there, like 3 hours, which in hindsight is kind of bold because I guarantee you they had nothing else to do. Anyway, because of that event, my dad being away, my mom and I were super scared. The police even said that they might return, as we were an easy target, which did not make things any easier. I slept in her bed for a few days as it made me feel safer. That event forever changed how safe I felt. Ever since then, I make sure my doors are always locked. This is true for both my car and my house. It made me much less trusting in general. That feeling has never gone away. You feel violated in a really icky way. Alrighty guys, I hope that you enjoyed that. This is like the 3rd time that I'm recording this. Let me know if there's anything else that you want me to read or if there's anything else that you want me to do. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. I appreciate you all, and goodbye.